Hey, hi everyone. What's up? What's good? We're playing some more Great Ace Attorney. Oh gosh, we have to talk to Korakuda. I forgot. Oh gosh. Okay, here we go. Starting strong today. Starting very strong. What's this all about? Why have I been called up again? Don't you realize that it's time for dinner for my little baby boy Ido? Again, we are starting strong. Don't you realize it's time for dinner for my baby little Ido? I did it again. Okay, whatever. When my son's belly is empty, he's fiercer than a pack of wolves! Oh, I can tell. I can tell he's very fierce. Exploited by the police we were, like miserable dogs forced to bear false witness. Please don't stab him. And when cast from this courtroom myself, I became a ruined man in a trice. A worthless, withered antique. What? What are you saying, man? Nothing more have I to say. Sun has set on this razzmatazz shop owner's existence. Be that as it may, Korakuda-san, something has come to light that requires your clarification. As far as your Raze-Ute memory serves, it— Oh my gosh! Involuntary battery? Is that what he's about to get charged with? Oh my gosh, look at the baby! He's in horror! Yes, that's the one! That's it! The very one! The very exact one that it is! The resplendent, splendiferous OA treasure that my rusty bones managed to misplace that fateful day. It can't be. As I thought. Young man, enlighten this decrepit old fool. Put me out of my misery. Where was my treasure? Where was it dropped? Oh, I'm not sure if it was dropped anywhere. We found your coin sandwiched between a beef steak on its plate, soaking in the seasoned meat's juices. Sandwiched? Soaking? Seriously? Okay. Clearly, it couldn't have fallen there by accident. Which means somebody must have hidden it there on purpose. Somebody concealed my Hoei treasure between a slab of meat and a metal plate. Who would do such a thing? Such an unconscionable thing! Alright. Excuse me. Could I say something? Yes, of course. Proceed, Inspector Osanaga. Well, now I don't want to. Now that you told me to, I don't want to. I mentioned this earlier on in the trial, but I was working undercover in the restaurant in order to investigate another case.
Oh, yes, that's right. The secret undercover operation.
The Carnival is a high-class Western cuisine restaurant. It attracts wealthy diners, including many foreigners. Recently, there's been a run of similarly executed thefts targeting the restaurant's rich clientele. A number of such incidents have been reported to the police bureau. Wicked crimes indeed. We wanted to nip the case in the bud quickly, especially with so many foreigners being affected. So that's why you were sent in undercover, is it? Yes. I took on the job of waiter at the restaurant in order to flush out the criminal. It seems likely that this Kaban incident is the work of the same thief. So unbeknownst to us, there was a master thief at work in the restaurant on a regular basis. This was already the scene of several crimes, it seems. I don't know about the master thief part, but the identity of the person who stole and hid Korakuda-san's Kaban is all too clear.
What?
What? I think the court would like to hear the defense's view on this matter. Tell us, Who is the despicable scoundrel that stole Korakuta-san's kaban and hid it under the stake? Well, there's only one person it really could have been. Just saying.
Take that!
Obviously, it can only be you. Sergeant Yasunosa! Look at them, they're so cute. What? How? How dare you, you monster! Monster? What if I'm the monster? Oh my gosh, okay. I stole the kaban, did I? I'm the master thief of La Carnival, am I? You're seriously accusing me of these crimes, cadet? But it wasn't me, it was Ido! Ido is the mastermind behind all this! Oh yeah, throw your son under the bus. How evil. Look at him, he couldn't hurt a fly. He is a gentle being. Oh, it's good. Oh, it's very good. You would push the blame for your crimes onto your own son, an innocent little baby. It's you who's the monster, Sergeant Nosa. Oh. Oh! Clippity clop, clippity clop. What? Gah! Oh my god, he's dead. Oh no, he's dead. What? And then oh my god. Nippon Imperial Army Sergeant Yasunosa preparing to stand down in the Supreme Court, sir. Look at the curly mustache. Oh, that's good. That's good. Alright. That's one of the weirder breakdowns. The sound! I never noticed the sound it makes! Oh my gosh! That's horrifying! Do any of you know of the extraordinarily low wages the Nippon Imperial Army pays those it expects to keep our country safe? I understand that the temporary increase in taxation owing to the recently ended conflicts remains in place. And I have heard it's hard for lower-ranking soldiers to make a living, yes. All I want is to put a hot meal on the table for my son. That's why you were stealing things at the restaurant? The place is heaving with money. Every 3 days I'd go there and do reconnaissance for a target. Reconnaissance for a target, probably. And I'd enjoy chomping my way through a good steak at the same time, and I wouldn't give my son anything. Sounds like he doesn't bother with a knife and a fork even. Which is worryingly believable. And your target that day was the old man and his kaban. Yes, sir. No, sir. He was an easy mark. I slipped the coin into my pocket without any trouble at all. A veritable phantom thief you are. Phantom thief? I was all set to leave the steak I was halfway through devouring when it happened. Yes, when the professor was shot. I knew that if the police conducted a search and found the coin in my pocket, I'd be finished. Ido too. They'd get him for being an accomplice. This infant. So I hid the incriminating evidence as fast as I could, on the double. You could have just told him that, like, oh, I think you dropped this, sir. And then, like, there would have been no problems. But we wouldn't have, discovered important evidence for the case either, so fair. Slipped it under the steak, hoping that I'd be able to rendezvous with it again at a later date. There's no way. There's no way that would happen. This is her?
This is ridiculous.
Yep.
Perhaps you could carry on with this absurd prattling in your own time.
Stop playing your theme song, it's too good.
Well, Miss Brett. Oh, of course, dear lady, of course, how rude of us. I'm quite sure there's no need to detain you any longer at all. May the esteemed gentlewoman please be excused, Your Excellency.
Indeed. Alright, sure. Theft of the caban was clearly perpetuated by this baby-saddled sergeant. It would certainly appear to be unrelated to Dr. Wilson's murder.
Of course it is. Hiding a coin under a lump of meat. The sheer nonsense of such an idea astounds me.
Except it was your plate.
Nonsense, is it?
Well, kinda, yeah. Well, oof.
And as for picking up your steak and biting into it without using a knife and fork, it's beyond nonsense, it's pure madness.
Very well. Now that all questions concerning this witness's testimony have been answered, I see no further justification for detaining her. Miss Brett, you are free to leave.
Thank you, Your Excellency. Good luck, everyone. Toodaloo. And good day.
Ryunosuke, what's the matter with you? This is no time for daydreaming.
Oh, no, it's just... something about Miss Brett's parting words there got me thinking. I can't quite work out what exactly, but something she said jarred with me. I feel like there was a contradiction in there somewhere. Something didn't quite add up.
If that's the case, don't just stand there thinking. Make your voice heard.
Sorry?
You can think later, but if you don't call out now, it'll be too late. The trial will be over. So many people behind that stand.
Oh, okay. Wait! Miss Brett! What is it now?
I'm afraid, just one last time, there's something I'd like to ask you. I'd like you to explain the contradiction in your parting words from just a few moments ago. You know the one.
What are you talking about? What contradiction?
Objection!
What new student nonsense is this?
Well, what new student nonsense is this, Ryunosuke? This just happened. I cannot stress how much this just happened. Come on, man.
Yes, I'm right. What she said there exposed an undeniable contradiction.
I'm going to need to see evidence, counsel. If Miss Brett's words truly are contradictory, where is the evidence to prove it? I believe it's the steak, because it looks like it was bitten into, right? But this is her steak. So, like, why did she pick up and bite her steak? Because she was just talking about how horrible that is. Alright, if I take a penalty for this, I take a penalty. I'm pretty sure that's it. Okay. The steak that Miss Brett had been eating before the professor was killed, yes? Go on.
More accurately, Your Excellency. The steak that was on the victim's table just before the professor was killed.
Now you're just splitting hairs.
Not true. Nuh-uh. Doesn't something about this steak strike you as very unnatural?
Unnatural? What on earth do you mean?
It's extremely obvious. I'm talking about the shape of the edge where it's been eaten. See, you've noticed it too, Miss Brett.
Noticed what exactly, counsel?
Just a few moments ago, Miss Brett claimed no Englishman could even contemplate picking up a steak and biting into it without using a fork or knife. Same thing.
Of course she did. She's a refined English gentlewoman herself.
Then take a good look at this steak. In particular, the edge where it's been eaten. As you can see, there are clearly defined barbaric teeth marks there.
Ow!
Oh!
Looks like Miss Brett has realized something. So, if the witness, as she claims, wouldn't contemplate eating anything without using a knife and fork, there shouldn't be teeth marks in the steak at all.
Objection!
But what is your actual point? Perhaps the delightful Miss Brett was ravenously hungry and couldn't have...
Oh.
Whatever you say, dear lady.
As I said, I really must be leaving now. Afternoon tea with the Minister of Justice cannot possibly wait any longer.
Of course, of course. This will all be over in the blink of an eye. Rest assured, I'm about to put this rookie in his place. I've heard enough! You irritating little spectacled samurai relic!
Oh my gosh.
Of course. Dear lady!
Yeah, I figured. I figured that was what he was gonna say.
What's the matter, Miss Brett? Have we ruffled your feathers? Oh, got her! Clearly, the witness knows what this means. She has realized the catastrophic implications these teeth marks in the steak have for her. Ryunosuke, do you know where you're going with this? Do you not, idiot? Yes. Now at last, it's all come together. The mysterious teeth marks in a steak that had allegedly been eaten with cutlery. The reason why the bloodstain I know I saw somehow seems to have disappeared.
Come on, dude.
And most importantly, the evidence that proves once and for all who shot Dr. Wilson that day.
I accept that these teeth marks in the steak are a little unnatural, as you put it, counsel. But what exactly are you suggesting that tells us?
Everything, Your Excellency.
Everything!
Yes, I believe that these barbaric teeth marks in the steak here amount to conclusive evidence in this case.
Not conclusive, but I mean, they're pretty telling.
Evidence that will prove beyond any doubt who shot Dr. Wilson.
Conclusive evidence! How many times have I heard that today?
Okay, she has a point, though.
You wouldn't know the meaning of the phrase. Typical Japanese empty threats.
Dude, what? What do you mean, typical? How much are you threatened, Giselle? How much are you threatened, Jez? Huh, punk? Like, come on, man.
How can you be so sure?
Oh, it's quite simple. If you really had such conclusive evidence, you would have presented it to the court long ago.
Actually, the evidence I'm talking about hasn't been brought before the court yet.
Hasn't been... what?
Just because it hasn't been shown yet, doesn't mean that the evidence does not exist.
This is absurd. The trial has run several hours already, and you say there's evidence yet to be brought forward. There can't be. I don't believe you have it.
I don't have it. I don't! But there's someone who does have it. Someone in this very courtroom. And if that person is willing to submit the piece of evidence I'm referring to, it will solve every remaining mystery about this case.
Very well. I have a feeling this will be my last request of the defense in this trial. I sure hope so. Who possesses the conclusive evidence that will reveal the truth about this whole affair? Who else would? Let's be real. Who else would?
Take that!
The answer's obvious. Inspector Hosonaga. What? I have it?
You idiot! You're stupid! It's in your pocket, man!
You think I've been withholding conclusive evidence? That's ridiculous.
Is it now?
No, I'm not saying that. Please don't cough up a lung. Everyone's attention has been focused on this steak with the teeth marks.
Yes, and?
Now, earlier this afternoon, Sergeant Osa told the court the following. I'd enjoy chomping my way through a good steak. And as well as admitting to stealing Korakuta-san's coin, he told us that he slipped it under the stake.
You watch it, cadet! I'm a superior officer, even though I just said a minute ago that I was struggling to feed my family.
Sergeant Nosa, could you please confirm something for me? Was the stake that you put the coin under, in fact, your own stake?
Tangent! Affirmative, of course! I might be a soldier in the Imperial Nippon Army, but still, Army. It took me a minute to realize I said that. I'm not brave enough to ask a foreign gentle lady if she'd mind me manhandling her meal to hide something in it. I thought for a second he said manhandling her meat, and I was about to lose it. Oh my god, that would have been awful.
In other words, the stake that the detectives submitted as evidence earlier was in fact Sergeant Nosa's meal.
Attention!
That makes no sense. That plate was taken from the victim's table.
You idiot! They were swapped! Come on! You can't be that slow.
Yet the gentlewoman doesn't take bites out of her steak, nor did she have any opportunity to steal the coin, or swap the stakes.
Of course I didn't steal it. To even suggest such a thing would be an affront to the entire British Empire.
Well then, how do you explain this paradox?
Exactly. Surely you're not going to suggest that the sergeant switched the two stakes over.
That's exactly what I'm going to suggest.
You did switch the plates?
That's so good. Oh, that timing is so good. Well, after it happened, when I saw the civilian had been murdered right in front of my eyes like that, and my son's, I panicked. As I said, I immediately lifted my stake and hid the coin underneath it. A natural response to witnessing a murder. But then when the waiter announced he was an undercover policeman, I thought I'd had it. He decided to investigate my slab of meat, that'd be it. I'd be getting my marching orders. So when the cadet here was arrested and taken off to the kitchen, I seized my chance. With military precision and timing, I switched my steak with the one on the foreign lady's table.
That is incredible. He's so quick. He's so fast.
What? You can't have. I never saw you do such a thing.
He is as fast as light. Time stopped while he did that. That's how quick he went.
It was called Operation Lightning Bolt. There was no time for strategic planning.
That's awesome. But he did name it.
It was do or die, I tell you. So yes, I did what had to be done.
It was do or die. That's a little insensitive, man. That guy literally died.
Unbelievable!
However, fear not, Prosecutor-san.
What now?
I swear on the brass buttons on my uniform, that is all I did, sir.
All you did? That's plenty, Sergeant.
Yes!
It is plenty. So, if Sergeant Nosa switched the plates over, it means he took Miss Brett's steak and the plate it was on back to his own table.
Yes, that follows.
Inspector Hosonaga.
Yes.
Early in this trial, you told the court this. You said that you had not only taken Miss Brett's steak after the incident, but also the sergeant's. That to preserve evidence, you had taken both.
Ow!
Oh!
She's chewing on her mask! That's awesome.
That's correct.
Then please present it to the court now. The plate that was actually on the victim's table at the precise moment he was shot.
What can that possibly tell us now?
I mean, a cold slab of tough meat. It can't have the slightest bearing on the case.
Objection!
No! You're not wriggling your way out of it this time, lady!
I beg your pardon.
Then beg! Surely you're not that forgetful. Surely you remember the reason why this steak pan promises to prove such a problem for you. No.
You're the ones who decided it was a problem, not me.
The reason the defense asked to see that plate was to confirm something the defendant remembers seeing.
Thinks he remembers.
I'm quite sure of what I saw, Miss Brett. On the side of the plate that was on the table directly behind Dr. Wilson, there was a clear spattering of blood from the gunshot wound to the victim's chest. I believe the defendant's memory serves him well. Except for the whole swan thing. Now we have the evidence to prove it. The plate you were eating from, Miss Brett. Let us not prolong this any further. Inspector, you will show the evidence to the court. Present the beefsteak and the plate that was originally on the victim's table at the time of the incident. Yes, sir. Uh-oh, I already see it. I already see something. Sorry for keeping you. Where did you go? Here's the other steak and its plate. Please, feel free to examine it. I mean, like, I don't even need to. Like, it's obvious. It's paint. The blood stain. It's clearly visible, look!
Yes!
Now this makes everything clear. The blood you can see on the side of the plate shows that at the moment the victim was shot, he was facing the table with his back to me. In other words, it's impossible for Naruhodo-san to have shot the victim.
Ah! It can't be!
In fact, there's only one person who could possibly have shot Dr. Wilson from the front. I'm sure everyone knows by now who that person is. That's right. Miss Giselle Brett. It's you! I choose you! That's real. I mean, come on. It's an easy joke to make.
Outdone by a Japanese. Me, by a Japanese schoolboy. No, no, no.
Oh, the birds. Oh, the chicks. And there she goes. And then they're on the desks. Oh, that's brilliant. That's brilliant. Yo, it wants some of the vodka or whatever. I don't actually know what alcohol that is.
Please excuse my little outburst. I briefly lost my composure. Most unbecoming behavior for an English gentlewoman. Forgive me.
That fast? Well, I'm glad she came back down to earth. Haha. Well, Miss Brett, I think it's time you told the court what actually happened that day. The truth this time?
Gladly, Your Excellency.
I can't read that without thinking about RT Games playthrough of the Ace Attorney trilogy with the guy, you know the one if you've watched it. It was I who took the professor's life. I can't help it. I can't help it.
It was I who took the professor's life, using curare. As you surmised, I chose that particular day for one very important reason. The professor had a dental appointment for the extraction of one of his teeth in the morning.
So you planned to kill the professor, knowing that no trace of poison would be found in his water. Curare is unheard of here in Japan.
Yes. Of course, I never intended to remain at the restaurant for as long as I did. I only needed to see the professor take one tiny sip of his water and it would all be over. I'd place the steak I had ordered in front of him to make it appear as though he had been dining alone, and leave immediately. However, before any of that happened, there was an unexpected visitor at the professor's table.
Oh yeah! That would be me, I suppose.
Yes, you. Who else? Such a trifling matter, but the fact that you decided to come over to greet the professor meant that I had lost my chance to slip away unnoticed, with this swan on my head. In due course, the professor took a sip of his water and was paralyzed. I made sure he was sitting in his chair such that he wouldn't fall.
Amazing. Incredible. Again, how? How did you do that?
There was no going back at that point. So I concocted a plan on the spur of the moment.
I plan to pin Dr. Wilson's murder on this innocent man.
When you put it that way, it sounds really evil. I happen to know that the professor always carried a gun.
How convenient.
I decided to use that fact to my advantage. I had the bottle of curare in my handbag. And my own pistol concealed under my skirt.
What? What? Hold on. I happen to know he always carried a gun. I used that to my advantage. I had it. Oh, okay. So she dropped his gun and then used hers. Okay, gotcha now. That was confusing for a second.
Under your skirt? Can I take a peek?
I'm surprised he didn't. So I was right. There were two guns, and you could hide them under your skirt. I mean, really, there's so many places you could hide a gun. No one's surprised.
Yes.
And then I finished my coffee and got up to leave. That's when I noticed the professor's gun, which you had presumably placed on the floor. Placed where you were sure that I would notice it.
And everything went according to plan. You noticed the gun, as I intended. And then, just as you bent down to pick it up,
that's when you shot the professor with your own gun. Even though at that point he was already dead.
Naturally, the gunshot caused a commotion, at which point the waiter appeared.
Obviously, I assumed Naruhodo-san was the culprit and apprehended him. I took him to the pantry that adjoins the kitchen and locked him inside. That's still funny to me.
That's when I took the opportunity to turn the professor in his chair around.
Because, of course, you needed to make it look like the defendant had shot Dr. Wilson from where he'd picked up the gun. Look how far away he is from her. He's scared. Poor baby. Poor Hosonaga. I gave him too much crap.
So there you have it. That is the entirety of my misdemeanor.
That's a murder. That is not a misdemeanor.
Are you kidding me?
Misdemeanor. Oh, he's so mad.
I'd let you kill me any day.
That's what he's thinking.
Your Excellency?
Yes?
I wonder. Might I speak with you in private later?
I shall call on you.
Thank you. Good day then, everyone.
Interesting. Also, why does she just get to leave?
I hope you can forgive me, Naruhodo-san. Sorry, Naruhodo-san.
She's gonna pronounce it wrong. Guarantee she's gonna pronounce it wrong. Toodles, I don't know why you get to just walk out, but bye. Maybe she didn't. Maybe she got taken into custody. Yeah, we did it! It would seem this trial has finally run its course. I presume the prosecution is in agreement?
This can't be. Sakatsuchi Ouchi does not lose. Not to the likes of this rookie student.
You'd better start getting used to tough opposition.
Oh, Ryunosuke Naruhodo!
What? Yes?
This insult to the Ouchi family name will never be forgotten.
You've become conceited with age, Counsel. But the old have to stand aside and make way for the new. It's the way of the world. May you never forget that. Thousand millennia may pass, and still the Ouchi clan will never measure up to the Naruhodo clan. And he's just like, alright, whatever. That's the best moment. That's one of my favorite moments in the entirety of the two games. It's so good. It's so good. Okay. Alright, I'm done. I'm done now freaking out. Okay. This trial in the Supreme Court of Japan will, I believe, go down in history as the start of a new chapter in our country's judicial system. Despite being summoned as the accused, you, Ryunosuke Naruhodo, presented an excellent case.
Thank you, Your Excellency.
The use of evidence and deduction to unravel the truth is a modern methodology. Really? After all, it has only been a few short decades since our country opened its doors to the wider world. But the Western ideas of science are rapidly gaining acceptance here. I feel sure that science will soon bring new methods of investigation and new procedures of justice. New future of law awaits, but what it will look like I cannot begin to imagine. This is for the young to pursue. That is for the young to pursue. Kazuma Sogi. Yes. What the hell did you think you were doing? You assaulted Prosecutor Ouchi. I mean, really, he really did. He could sue him, like, so hard. After this trial, you are set to embark on a journey of discovery to the illustrious British Empire. Learn all you can. Absorb everything the wider world that you are able to. Yep, sorry. And do not forget to fulfill the mission imposed upon you. That's ominous. I understand, Your Excellency. Ooh, okay. That look. What's that about? Why do you look so grave all of a sudden? Ah, never mind. Interesting. As for you, Ryunosuke Naruhodo. Oh, yes, sorry, I forgot that I existed for a moment there. In you, I sense, how can I put it, unusual potential. I very much look forward to seeing how you carry that onwards.
Thank you, Your Excellency.
For the first time, he's finally on the stand that he's supposed to be on. It is time to deliver the final verdict. I hereby find the defendant, Ryunosuke Naruhodo, not guilty. Yay, we did it. Ouchie, he's stuck. Oh, I love that the cherry blossoms fall instead of confetti. It's good. It's really good. This court is now adjourned. Yeah! Woo! We did it! I expected it to take a couple more episodes. I'm so happy that it's done today. Okay, that takes a weight off of my chest, honestly.
can't believe it. I can't believe what's happened. I made it. I defended myself and made it through that horrendous trial.
Ryunosuke! You finally pulled it off. Congratulations.
Well, I couldn't have done it without you. Thank you, Kazuma.
You didn't really do that much, let's be real. Like at the beginning, yeah. No, it was a pleasure to watch you at work. Ooh, okay. So, you owe me an extra large sukiyaki from the place on Yume University Street, don't forget. Is this? I think this is Mikotoba. Good afternoon. All of your hard work has certainly paid off. Oh, nope, it's her.
Do you like my impression of my father? Congratulations to both of you for proving-
Okay, we're gonna start from the beginning.
Congratulations to both of you for proving Naruhodo-san's innocence.
Ah, trusty judicial assistant. You worked hard for that result too, you know.
Oh no, I didn't do anything. Thank you so much!
Oh, Runo.
If we hadn't had that research report of Miss Brett's, I don't know how things would have turned out.
That's true. She's the real MVP.
Your kind words should really be for my father. I was simply doing as he asked. It was his idea for me to go to the university and investigate.
You still found it, though.
Your father? Ah, yes, of course.
Come on! Yeah.
Sato Mikotova.
Yeah.
Speaking of Mikotoba...
Ah, there you are. I believe congratulations are in order. You did an excellent impression of me. I've been training you well. Naruto, did an excellent job.
Thank you, Professor.
I don't care about Kazuma, though. Oh no, it is I who should be thanking you. After all, your efforts exposed the true criminal that took the life of my good friend. Oh shit, they were good friends.
Good friend? Oh, yes, you mentioned that before. It was you who actually invited Dr. Wilson to Yume University, wasn't it?
Yes, that's right. Professor Mikotoba studied overseas himself. He went to study forensic medicine in Great Britain. Oh, he's another forensics junkie. You love to see it. You love it.
Presumably, that's when you met Dr. Wilson?
No, he was a pen pal. What do you think? Exactly. In those days, we worked together in the same hospital.
Oh, you worked together? Never heard you mention that before.
Well, it was a long time ago now. Besides, it's your turn, Isugi. Great Britain is a magnificent country. Leads the world. Science, medicine, engineering, culture, dang, and of course, in law. Watch and learn, my boy. See what's happening in the world's largest melting pot.
I will. I'll learn all that I can.
I swear on this, the spirit of the Isugi clan.
You're not taking that sword to Great Britain, are you?
Of course I am. Japanese man's katana is his soul. This blade shows me where I need to go. And cuts down anything that's in my way. Yes, I've definitely seen how sharp it is already with my own eyes, and so has Prosecute Ouchie. By the way, you better be going to Great Britain fast, or else you've got a lawsuit on your hands. It reminds me, what happened to that woman? To Giselle Brett, I mean. After all, she's guilty of murder. Ah, yes. It's not easy to tell you this, but...
What do you mean? Surely she's going to face trial herself now. She's a true culprit after all.
She will be leaving Japan in the very near future. For Shanghai.
What? Shanghai?
Zelbred will not appear in court again in this country. I'm certain of that.
What? But why not?
Well, it's a little complicated when it's, someone committed a crime in a country they're not a citizen of. Oh, I know what this is. It's a matter of consular jurisdiction. Yeah, I was right. Awesome.
Inspector Sanaga!
It was a hard-fought battle in the courtroom today. Very impressive to watch. Must congratulate...
But what's all this about a consular jurisdiction? cannot try this particular foreigner for her crimes here in Japan. What? We can't try her? But then who? Who's going to bring her to justice? A British consular court will hear her case, somewhere far away where our voices can't be heard. But why consular court? Professor, I simply don't understand. I thought consular courts were a thing of the past now that we've signed the friendship treaty. Yes, in normal circumstances, you're right. Then, so long as there's not a serious incident of a highly political nature to our respective governments, they can't invoke a consular court just like that. Oh, can't they? Yes, she's a student, but it doesn't justify our government making secret agreements about her fate, does it? Something strange is going on. Interesting that Mikotoba is just quiet. So Miss Brett can't be held accountable for her actions here in Japan? I'm afraid that for the young student, today's trial was nothing more than a game all along. There was never any danger of comeuppance for her. I don't believe it. The British government's Foreign Affairs Ministry has demanded that we hand over custody of Miss Brett. Already? That was fast. They're obviously taking this case of a foreign student committing murder very seriously. It's all going to change from now on. We can make it change. This is a time of great turmoil. There's a new era heralded by the start of the 20th century. Yeah. One day, I have no doubt, that woman will receive the judgment she deserves. Yes, change is coming, and we're the ones driving it. Bye. Well, I think that's enough seriousness for now. This evening calls for a celebratory drink. But Professor... You're right. This is no time for gloomy faces. We should be celebrating Ryunosuke's not guilty verdict. Let's start having some fun. In that case, might I suggest La Carnival? No, I don't want to go back there. I have PTSD. As the head waiter, I should be delighted to provide you with ample food and drink. You're a detective, Hosonaga-san, aren't you? Were you there, Bruno? No, I'm not. Okay. Let's not worry about details for now. To La Carnival. Will you accompany us, Professor? Even though you're the one that asked to go. You're the one that suggested it, but will you come with us? Of course! La Carnival's food is second to none. I shall go and attend to the paperwork for Naruhodo-san's release. Oh, yes. Thank you. Sucks that they're making the kid do that. So Giselle Brett won't be tried here. I suppose that means I'll never know. I'll never find out why she killed Dr. Wilson. Doesn't matter, you're free. Kazuma. Yes, Ryunosuke? I just wanted to say thanks again, that's all. You really saved my skin today. I didn't do a thing. You were the lawyer in there, weren't you? That defense was all your own work. Your skills made the difference, though. One day I bet you'll be the best lawyer in the world. I'm not so sure about that. Oh. To be honest, something kept occurring to me over and over again during that trial. Couldn't help thinking that maybe you're the one destined to become a great lawyer, not me. What? Oh, come on, be serious. If I helped you today, it was only right at the very start of the trial. But you have a natural talent for it. For being a defense lawyer, I mean. Oh, no, not me. All that tense verbal combat, I never want to go through that ever again. Me either, Runo. I would never want to do anything social. I did what you told me to do, that's all. Because I knew I could trust you. That's the point. Sorry? What do you mean, that's the point? Listen, Ryunosuke. Do you know what the most crucial weapon is that any lawyer needs in order to win? Knowledge of the law? No, well, yes, but also the ability to believe. To believe? To believe what?
Defense lawyer has to fight for his clients. He has to believe in them at all times.
Like you believed in me when I said I didn't do it.
I'm human, just like you. I don't have some superhuman ability to know the truth. But you have to make a choice about what to believe in, and stick to it when you're defending someone. Sometimes in the courtroom, you can really be backed into a corner. But being able to remain faithful to what you chose to believe in even then, well, that's not something that anyone can do. It takes a special kind of person.
Believing in your client.
Just look at today's trial. I'm a student lawyer with precious little real experience, but you never stopped believing in me.
Well,
You faced seemingly hopeless situations time and time again, but you never stopped looking for the truth. And in the end, you found it. Through your own efforts. Because you never stopped believing in me.
Thanks, Kazuma.
And he believed in himself, too, eventually.
There's something I want to ask you, actually, Ryunosuke.
Well, it's a favor, really. Something very important to me.
Sounds serious. What is...
Oh, you're still here, are you? I swear! I'm gonna kill you, Hosonaga! You ruined the moment!
Oh, Inspector Hosonaga. We're kind of in the middle of something very important. Can you, step out for a moment?
I've arranged some rickshaws for us. Let's go. Thank you. We'll be right there. Let's pick up this conversation again later. We should be celebrating right now. Your first courtroom victory. Damn, I suck today.
And your study tour to Great Britain, don't forget.
Ah yes, that too.
So my very first trial came to an end. Kazuma. Professor Mikotoba. Susato-san, who acted as my assistant.
What? Since when?
Inspector Hosonaga, who didn't really play much of a part, but still.
He literally did so much.
It was because of the help and support of all these people that I managed to get through that trial.
I don't think you understand how much Hosonaga helped you. You would be in jail if it weren't for him. Actually, no, because he wouldn't be in jail either. Because he wouldn't have... Okay, there's a little bit of a paradox there.
But more importantly, Kazuma hadn't yet managed to ask his favor of me. Little did I realize just how much it would change my life.
We did it! Let's go! Oh, I'm so happy. So, I hope you guys enjoyed that one. The next case is a banger. Stick around for it. It's really good. Yeah, alright. Bye! See ya! Later!